the story. That's happened in ancient China. It's happened in ancient. See, very famous Master Joshi. He's a very, very great Zen master. One day, a monk asked him whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. See, because when the Shakyamuni Buddha realized, he said, everything has a Buddha nature. What a Buddha nature is the essential self. Is the essential of ourself. See, Buddha, everybody, everything has a Buddha nature. Then some monk asked the Joshi whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. See, everybody has a Buddha. So this question is very normal, very normal question. Then Joshi answers, yes. See, the answer is very acceptable. But the thing said, the other occasion, another monk asked him same question, whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. Then his answer is no. So people are so confused. See, because the Master Joshi answered differently with the same question. See? One day or once, when the monk asked him whether the dog has a Buddha nature or not, his answer, yes, very much acceptable. The other occasion, the other monk just asked whether the dog has the Buddha nature or not. He says no. His answer is a different with the same question. That's people. That is, people are so confused. See, but unfortunately, people know much about words and the letters, but people don't know much about what reality is. See? What the Buddha nature, what the essential self is. See? When I clap my hand, you simply become this sound without doing anything. When I clap my hand, you simply become as it is. Even there is 1,000 or 100,000 or billion people get together right now. When I clap my hand, everybody become this sound. Why do we have to be? Without doing anything. So when I clap my hand, you simply become this sound. Even Gary-san, you are drinking the Canadian beer alone. When I clap my hand, simply you just become this sound. Why do you have to be? See, this is the most important thing for us to realize who we are. See, that's the things that the Joshi just the teacher. When he just answered, when he was answered, when he was asked whether dog has a Buddha nature or not, see, he says yes. The other occasion, the same question that he was asked, at that time the answer is no. You see, as long as people are just attached the word and the word and the letters, they don't know much about what reality is. See, this one is another human body. This one is the Dharma body. See, as far as this Dharma body, you see, when someone says yes, this one simply become as yes, then, and totally the things just happen, disappear. And the other occasion, if someone just say no, this one just simply become no, as it is, and the end, nothing left. For this one, see, nothing concerned with, nothing concerned with yes or no, yes or no, nothing concerned with them. That's the Buddha nature. See, that's the essential self. When I say no, you simply become no. That's it. Then when I say yes, you just become yes. And nothing left at all. Gary-san, you drink too much. You drink too much. See, I wanna just drink. Just give me.
今度タイゲンさんですよ。
え
タイゲンさん。
タイゲンさん。あ、タイゲンさん。muchas gracias. You drink Italian beer? ¿Sí? Un poco. Un poco. Okay. When you come back here, just present us Italian beer. So we want to send the document to you. So the documents you just filled out.
Okay.
And they send it back. And then we'll be able to offer you the culture meet. So we don't know much, but we will be able to. We have to just send a document.
Okay. I will write.
So why don't you just send the email to the teachers and just give us your address?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I will send.
Okay,
Thank you.
Right. Then, so what we are also talking about is the Buddha nature. See? The Buddha nature is so great. Well, you may say Buddha nature is the universe itself. See? Buddha nature, or our nature, our essential self is the universe itself. When I clap my hands, it simply become as it is. When Gary-san just drink Canadian beer, he just become Canadian beer. We never be able to be Canadian. That's a whole problem. Don't worry about that. Buddha nature is so great. Without doing anything, we can simply just become as it is. See? So we don't need to worry about anything. When I face this, I simply become as it is. See? Then when I face this, I simply become as it is. The things I just faced before it completely disappear. Always. As far as the Buddha is, always the things as it is. Nothing left at all. See? Perfect. See? Nothing left at all. When I face this, I simply become as it is. Nothing come out. See? More or less. Then when I face this, I simply become as it is. Nothing come out, more or less. Exactly as it is. Oneness. See? Nothing come out. See? More or less. See? Perfect. See? Complete and perfect. And the universal. See? Oh, we'll be able to become everything. See, everything as we face it, without doing anything. See? This is just tremendous. This is a tremendous. This is the essential ourselves. So we don't need to worry about anything. when we face the so-called universe, see, without doing, we simply just become universe itself. See, when I face the goddess, see, he has been just drinking a lot of Canadian beer. We simply become what he did. Although unfortunately, we never be able to just taste what the Canadian beer is. That is a kind of, but doesn't matter. See, that's much the essential self. The essential self is so great without doing. Well, in other words, without self, we are just completely acting. The things we just face, the things we are. See? Not the things. See? In that situation, in that state, we never be able to just recognize who we are, what the self is. See? Because when I face this, see, I simply become as it. This is a present. This is a present ourselves. Then when I just face it too, the things are we face as a present self, presence completely disappear. This one is these things become a present self. When we face it, the things are just become present, completely disappear. This is the present self. So how you can say what's the present self, what the self is. So quickly change. You never be able to recall this one is the self. You never be able to say that. When I face this, I simply become this. This is a present myself. When I face this, I become as it is. This is my presence. The things I thought the presence of completely disappeared. Nothing there. So, what kind of the self you'll be able to say? You'll be to say the self. You'll never be able to say anything. That's much the self. What we think about self so quickly change. You never just you never able to hold and say this is the self. Totally impossible. See? The essential self. The essential self is this changing. The essential self is this changing. See? When I face this, I simply become as it is. Then I face this. then I just become as it is. This changing, my innocence, you may say, or these are the casting off, casting off. See, a kind of action of casting off is our true truth of the body's mind. People never be able to understand these things. All the people just acting this way, but people never be able to just realize, see, this reality. Because people recognize this one as the self or me or I. It's a total misunderstanding. See, within this body, within this body, nothing, nobody exists at all. Nothing exists at all. This one is completely empty. See? Only action, or you may say function exists. When I clap my hand, it simply becomes this sound, this action, only this action exists. See? But people just recognize this one. This one as a self with substance. It's a totally misunderstanding. There is no substance at all. Completely empty. That is the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. That's the reason we have to do that. Okay. So we go back to today's text, number 72. Zen and precept are one. Zen and the precept are one. See? As a conscious person, he is a third ancestor, the third patriarch from Bodhidharma. See, he was so suffered from so-called what kind of Hansen's disease, so Hansen's disease. See, from his childhood, was so much trouble he had. Then he had about Bodhidharma. He had about Bodhidharma Taisoi. He is ancestor of the Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma is the second patriarch from Bodhidharma in China. He had about the Taisoika. And then he just went to see him. Then he told him that, oh, I have been just suffering from Hansen's disease. So would you please take it out? Would you please? So we'll be able to just have some possibility to separate from this disease. He asked the Taisoika. Then Taisoika, his teacher, told him, if you have so much trouble with a kind of disease, take it out. Take it out. See? Then he tried to take it out, but I could not do it. You cannot do it. Nothing trouble at all. Then all of a sudden he realized who he was. See, he had been just trouble. He has been just suffering from a kind of disease. Then we have a lot of torture or the hardship with it. So we'll be able to take it out. Then his teacher, Eka, the master Eka said, if you have such a torture or the hardship, just take it out. Just to get it out. I'll just take it out. Then Kanchi-so-san, this master Kanchi-so, tried to do it, but I tried to do it. I could not take it out. If you cannot take it, nothing trouble at all. See? Then all of a sudden, he realized who he was. See? This is a kind of delusion. This is a kind of delusion people just have. See? Kind of disease. See? Kind of disease never bother you. Never a cause of suffering. See? People just recognize the kind of disease, and then people try to do it, the things, you see, try to do the thing to separate from a kind of, or to cure the kind of a thing. This is a trouble. This is trouble. Once you become disease itself, nothing trouble at all. Just as it is. So people don't know much about this reality. Always people try to avoid or try to get rid of the things the people are just suffering. This is causes trouble. See? That thing is the Kanchi-so-san, Master Kanchi-so, yes, I have been doing unnecessary things. The things, nothing trouble. Although we just think about the question, trouble, or problem. We just try to do anything, something, everything by thinking. That's causes us trouble. That's only this causes us trouble. If you just try to do anything, nothing trouble at all. Nothing trouble at all. But if you just recognize, even you just understand this reality, these things by thinking or by concept, it's totally useless. See? If you just completely realize this reality, we have to do a dozen. Dozen is only only the way we'll be able to accept everything, what's going on right now, right here, without any trouble. See, that much doesn't is so great. Okay, so what we just study what the Jinen Roshi just teach us with number 72. Then and the precepts of Oh, I forget it. Well, I just mentioned about Kanchi Sosa. Then he just, the Kanchi Sosa, Master Kanchi Sosa just described Shinjinmei. Shinjinmei is a very famous, the teaching by Kanchi Sosa. In this teaching, in this book, the saying, he said, everything is one. Everything is one. One is everything. This is the reality of whole universe. This is the reality of ourselves. This is the reality of essential self. Everything is one. One is everything. Nothing trouble because everything is one. One is everything. This is one. This is oneness. As far as the people are concerned, everything is not one. One is not everything. It's caused a struggle. See, when I face this, when I face this, when I face this, see, for these I see what the ideas face to become one. See? Nothing different. Those are the things. One. See? When I face those ideas, what those ideas become one with. What those ideas face to. See? Everything is one. Then, see, then even those ideas, see, or those, see, it's a complete, everything completely divided, see, as it is. See? The things just come out in those ideas. You see, it's not the same thing. Not the same, just completely divided as one by one. See? This is the reality of the holy. That things are the third patriarchs just realized. Then he just teaches. Everything is one. One is everything. That's the reason we don't have any trouble. See, everything is one as it is. So what's everything is one is equality. Equality. You may say equality. Just as it is, equality. And one is everything. One is everything. One is everything is discrimination. Discrimination. You see? Although everything is just become one, but everything is just completely divided one by one. This is the reality of universe. That's the consciousness, master consciousness to say. We are just acting in this way. We simply become positive, and then we know much about what the difference is. Without doing anything, without thinking. But people don't know much about this reality. That's the reason people have to be confused. See, because people don't know much about reality at all. Although we are just facing, we are just acting. See, everything is one is everything. This way we are just simply acting. See, always. But people don't know much about it. See? God-san, we know much about you, but you don't know much about us. Very great. Very great. Nothing trouble. We know much about you. You know much about us. See? No problem. No problem. Okay. So we have to do the number 72. The precept have a mysterious function. Well, he says so, but mysterious function. But well, this is an explanation, only explanation. Just as it is. You see, when I face this, I simply become the things as I faced, just as it is. See, this is a precept. See? People just care much about the word and the letters. So when I say this is a precept, see, people say, this is precept. Then when I say this is a way, people say, is there any difference? Is there any difference? The explanation, the way and the precept. See? Well, this will never have any self. When I face this one, I simply become as it is. This is a precept. Then when I face this, and then I simply become as it is. This is a way. This one is complete. And without any trouble. But thinking, is there any different? Is there any different the explanation of the way and the precept? Well, this will never have any trouble. Without any trouble. This one is a complete. And see, but thinking, unfortunate, so very strange. You see, the thinking just have a trouble. Oh, the way and the precepts are different or same. Totally is. That is the things. As long as the people are that attach the words and the letters, they never able to just realize who we are. Our the essential self is nothing concerned with the word and the letter. See, that's the reason Master Dogen said, whatever, what doesn't need, whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind without any reason. That's the reason we don't need to care much about it. See, we don't need to care much about it. Simply let's go. Let it go as it is. This is Zazen. This, the more, if you can do this is Zazen. The more you do this is Zazen. The more you simply become as it is. See, simply become as without doing anything. Yeah? Fundamental things is basically, see, we always become one with what we faced. This reality comes first. Always this reality comes first. Then you just recognize it. you try to recognize this, what it is. Then what's happened is there is a certain separation between this and that. Otherwise, you never be able to recognize what it is. See? When you just recognize what it is, at the same time, you recognize this one as I or me or the self. It's a delusion. It's a delusion. But the thing is, the thing is the things is just happen so swiftly, so quickly. So people are completely deceived by thinking. See, the first time, when I faced this, I simply become as it is without doing anything. There is no separation between this and this. This is a oneness. This is the reality of the whole universe. Then you just recognize this one. Then you be able to recognize what it is. Then at the same time, you just recognize this one as a self or me. This is a delusion. This is delusion. That is not a reality. People don't know much about this reality. See? Only Shakyamuni Buddha, who was the first person to realize this reality. See? Maybe 2,600 years ago. This is the greatest. This is the greatest of the realization. This is a great realization. People never understand. All the people are just acting this reason. People are just simply acting, just become with everything, without self. But people never understand this reality. Even people know much about lots of things, but it doesn't make anything. It doesn't make anything. It's a totally useless because the people don't know much about fundamental basics matter. People don't know much about it. All the people are exactly themselves, but the people don't know much about who they are. Very miserable. Garrison, we know much about you. You don't know much about us. This is a whole problem. Okay. So precept and the way, for you may say Zen, is exactly same. One. Same thing. Although that's the difference, explanation. The words and the letters are different. As long as you can match about words and the letters, you never be able to accept the different. But this one never care much about anything. When I say when I say Zen, this one simply becomes Zen in the end. When I say precept, this becomes precept itself in the end. When I say the way, this one just becomes the way in the end. Nothing else. No proof at all. See? All the people try to just understand what the Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, but there is no use. See? The thinking of the reality is so different. See? Thinking with thinking or by thinking we never be able to realize what the reality is. But simply just forget about it, and whatever just thinking was to come out in our mind, simply just let it go. This thing, this other, continue constantly. If we can do it, you'll be able to just encounter the essential self. Only this way, though. Okay. Okay, the perception, no. The precept have a mysterious function. Mysterious function. What are the mysterious function is we never be able to realize what they call like what's precept works is working by thinking or by concept. That's much. It's asks tremendously or uncountably movement. See, you never be able to just, you never be able to follow. We never be able to chase this movement, this action by thinking of concept. Because this action, or this activity is universal, not a thinking at all. That's the reason. Okay. The precepts or the rule, in a sense, you may say rule. See, what's the rule is when I clap my hand, you simply become this sound. This is a rule. You may say this is a universal rule. You see? People never just refuse. People never be able to refuse this rule. When I clap my hand, everything, not only human being, but the things just exist. Right now, see, everything just becomes same activity, same movement. See, this is a precept. This is a rule, and this is a precept, and this is a way. This is a dharma, whatever. As it is, we have to just become. We have to follow this rule. We have to become this. Without any objection, without any resistance. See? We simply just act as it is, See? Everything, everybody, every matter, we simply just act this way. This is a precept. People don't know much about this reality. Are very unfortunate. See? Excuse me. When you face the Buddhist altar, when you face the memorial tablet, when you touch the flower, everything fits perfectly with the law of cause and effect, without the slightest division. Simply just as it is, without any gap. This much perfect, this much certain movement, activity, we are always doing right now, right here. So what you say a kind of anxiety or dissatisfaction never come out because completely completely perfect and universal, because of a completely and complete and universal activity. So what people say, what people think of the anxiety or the dissatisfaction never come up. To think of think of people. Always people are just say or complain a lot. Why are the reason why is people don't know much about themselves. Very unfortunate. Once you just realize who you are, this dissatisfaction or anxiety never come out in your mind. So that's the reason we have to do that. Okay, such a solid precept is always maintained for everyone. Only this action we are doing, we can do. Nothing more or less, but what people thinking of the people will be able to just act by thinking. Totally misunderstand. See, our activity is universal and complete. See? Nothing concerned with thinking at all. That's a totally misunderstanding. Okay. Such a solid precept is always maintained for everyone. Precepts are not maintained by humans. So, you know much about some kind of southern or northern age. People try to hold a precept in order to a kind of the life, kind of activity, what the people want to do, want to be. See, it's a total misunderstanding. See, we don't need to maintain. We don't need to keep or we don't maintain the precept by thinking. See? Before you just try to do the thing as you just want to do by precept. See? We simply act. We can just simply act without knowing about the precepts. See? It's a total useless. See? Our activity itself is a precept. People don't know much about. See? What people thinking about. What people think of, what the people just try to do by precept is a delusion. Within thinking. So if you try to do it, see, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be depressed sooner or later. Because what people think about the precept is entirely different from the precept in precept what the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is. That's the reason. You don't need to think about the precept, and simply just simply whatever thinking so come out in your mind. Simply you just let it go as it is. This is totally enough. Then we are trying to do anything by a precept. You simply just follow. You just simply just you simply can do everything as precepts without thinking anything. That's the thing. Precepts are not maintained by human effort or by thinking. They have a great action that cannot be violated. You don't need to do anything. This is very, very famous thing. One's kind of a ball just broken. Broken. Then people say, it's a no. It is a things no more use. This is totally misunderstood. When the ball is completed, it's a state of precept. And then when this ball is broken, then people say it's a noise, but that is a noise. That's the state of precept. See, you never say which is better, which is worse, which is bad. See? We never say that. That's the things is even things is complete. That's the precept itself. When the things is broken, but it's a precept and so on. Nothing different at all. But we understand. See, that's the precept. See, whatever things is, see, it's a totally make up. It will be totally balanced. See? No, nothing concerns lack of balance. Always just as it is. Just as it is. See, that's a precept. Precepts. No? But as far as things, but the things is a complete. This is all right. This is a precept. The things is when the things is wrong. This is bad. This is out of precept. That's a way of thinking. See? That is not a precept. Precept is always balanced. Whatever. Yeah. Always balanced. Make a balance. Even just thinking the thing is complete. See? It's totally balanced. And the things is the things is broken, but it's a totally balanced. See? Just as it is. The people never understand it. People never understand it, unfortunately. That's the reason we have to realize who we are. For this, nothing different at all. Okay. So that nothing different at all. So that we never have any trouble, any question, problem. That is a precept. Okay, precepts are not maintained by human effort. They have a great action that cannot be violated. If one fails, there is a proper precept, a proper precept for failing. So as I just mentioned, see, the thing is completed. It's a precept. The precept of complete. And when it's broken, see, the state of precept, see, the state of that is the precept of the faith. See? But nothing different. Nothing different. Well, as far as the thinking concerned, those things is still within the precept. Nothing different at all. But as far as thinking, the completed things is good. The broken things is bad. That is out of precept. We never be acting, that's it. But we are just acting. We are acting is the things is completed. It's as it is. When things is broken, but just as it is, no different at all. We never be able to just realize this reality because we are completely deceived by thinking. That's the reason we have to just have a kind of anxiety or a kind of dissatisfaction because we are completely deceived by thinking. That's it. The eyes, the eye and the sight, the eye and the sight, the ear and the sound, the nose, the nose and the smell, the tongue and the taste, the body and the sensation at each moment. There is another slightest deviation, exactly as it is. See? Exactly as it is. See? Exactly as it is, always. Only this action, this activity we are doing from the morning to the daytime. Only this action. See? Without thinking, without saying, we are completely just moving the acting. That's the reason. What people think of anxiety, dissatisfaction never come up. Just as it is. See? Always just as it is. See? This is our essential activity. See, essential session as precept. Okay. There is no sick. Okay. Division. That's right. There is a slightest gap. There is another slight gap between this and this. That's it. We never have any trouble. And also there is no second chance, no second try. We call it the process. We don't need to do anything. The things just come out first time and the end. And the things come out as the first time and the end. And the things come out as the first time. And always things come out as the first time. So nothing left. Nothing left at all. Always first time. You never be confused. You never be confused because the things come out as the first time, not the second time, not the third time, all the first time. So we never be confused. See, that's the precept. Okay, we call it the precept, the Dharma, the Sikam, and the way, whatever. But that's the explanation. That's the expression. Doesn't mean anything. The thing is, when I clap my pen, you simply become this sound. This is a precept. This is a way. This is a Dharma. This is the reality of all unit. That's it. The thing is whether you be able to accept this reality or not. That's the whole problem. See? If you can just realize, well, if you can just accept this reality, you never have any trouble. Okay, that is the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. Okay, practice means letting go of everything that's make up to human being, regardless of the circumstance. See? Whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind, just let it go as it is. See? Constantly continue, you do this without it. Then you'll be able to encounter the essential self. That is the Shakyamuni Buddha's the teaching. And the patriarchs just follow the Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching and realize who they were. Only this way, only this way, you'll be able to just encounter the essential self. That is what it means to master the practice. That is why Zazen is a master of. This is where you'll be able to master the practice. Master the practice, you'll be able to encounter the essential self. The essential self is entirely different from what think of the self or I. See? Very great. God is very great. See, you always drinking Canadian beer. We never be able to drink Canadian beer at all. This is also precept. doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean really anything. Thank you so much. Oh, one more thing. See, then you'll be able to, if you just want to just realize what the precept is. See, 1 square meter space is totally enough. If not, half of it will be all right. And simply sit on the kind of a round cushion. If you're not, doesn't matter. You simply sit. And then whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind. Simply let it go as it is. You see. Then what's happening? See, your kind of a half-meter space or 1 square meter space become a whole universe. So great. So great. So you'll be just you'll be able to just drink Canada beer on the whole evening. Just let me know what kind of taste. Hi, thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
okay, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you next week, next month. Then we're gonna send a kind of document. Okay, as soon as possible. Hi, thank you so much. Then
Thank you.
continue constantly. Do the thing. はい、ありがとうございました。